New Year's, everybody. Here we go. Dear Billy Baldrop, I'm not going to ask you what you're doing on New Year's because I already know. You and your Rose Bowl crew will be tap dancing at the Wilton over there. I'm going to be there with a girl I'm 50% into. Okay, well, then that affects what you should be buying her that night. He goes, she's cool, she's hot, and I don't have any major complaints about her. I'm also not in love with her and really can't see anything beyond hooking up. My plan is to laugh my ass off and see what happens. All right? If we hook up, that's great. If not, no big deal. Dude, you're in the zone. You're in the zone. This is some Damone shit. You don't care if she comes, stays, lays, or prays. Now you got the attitude. I told two friends, and they both advised against hooking up with her. All right? Well, I don't know your friends, and I don't know what their motive is. Let's see if you explain this here. He goes, I would never let that decide whether or not I would, but the interesting thing is that they both said, independent of each other, that hooking up with a girl on New Year's Eve might give her the wrong impression and that she's going to be a leech afterwards. Oh, that's just fear-mongering. That's bullshit. What, because you finger her as the ball drops, all of a sudden you have a relationship? Yeah, I had a good time, had some laughs. So, like, you don't want to go to the farmer's market? No, I don't. Do you have something against farmer's markets? Not really. Well, then why don't you want to go? Because, I don't feel like going with you. I don't feel like a spark. You're a fucking asshole. For what, being honest? Fuck you. And there it is. It's the end of the relationship. Anyways, he goes, I can't even fathom why New Year's Eve would be considered a special occasion that would lead to her thinking that. This whole topic is ridiculous, and I can't even stand to waste time talking about it, but I wanted to hear your opinion. I think I just gave it to you. My question to you is, do you agree with that? And also, do you think there are any days on the calendar that would make a girl think you were into her? Well, yeah, if you took her out on Valentine's Day. Yeah, that's about it. Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day. That would be it. What else? What other day? St. Patrick's Day? You're sitting there eating a fucking meat pie next to her, hammered out of your mind with a green plastic hat on. I think he really likes me. The key, and if I could do my single life over again, is I would have been way less fearful, to be honest. When relationships were starting. Women are not as psycho as you think. I mean, a lot of times when you say that women are psycho, it's because you were being deceptive. And, then they go fucking psycho. Yeah, they definitely do. But you, a lot of times, create it. If you just tell them straight up front, when they're like, so what is this? And just be like, look, I'm not looking to get in a relationship right now. Or like, listen, I enjoy your company, but I'm not feeling like this spark, like there's something to that next level. I just feel like you should know that. And you'd be surprised at how well they take that. It's not that always, if you say that the second you feel it, it's usually pretty early on. So there's no really deep feelings. And that's all. People just don't want to get hurt. Okay? Believe me, I hurt a lot of fucking people. Believe me. And so that's what I learned. I remember, Jesus Christ, years ago, when I was just a lad living in New York, I remember I hooked up with this woman, and she was just like, so what is this? Where's this going? And I was just like, nowhere. I'm like fucking, I was like 35. She was 23. I'm like 12 years older than you. By the time you turn 30, I'm going to be like 60. Where do you think it's going? And she actually laughed. And I was just like, She goes, so what are we doing? We're just hanging out, having fun. So whatever crazy thing you want to try, but you don't want to do it with your husband, do it with me. And that was it. And she was just like, all right, cool. We had fun for a few weeks. And then that was fucking it. And nobody got hurt. And, lost touch with her. And that was it. No harm, no foul. Had a great fucking time. So, there's no but I mean, look, you take them out on Valentine's Day and you get them a rose and all of that shit. You start leading them on. So what you're really talking to, I feel, is you're talking to two younger guys like me, probably at that, like me, like how I was. I mean, how am I trying to say this? You're talking to two guys who, at their age right now, their skill level was what my skill level was. Where they don't know how to set it up. So they're sitting there going, "Oh, don't do this. Don't bring them out on this day because that makes them think this." All that says to me is that they don't know how to communicate what's going on. So they feel like and they're also in that thing where they feel like they have to fucking throw their jacket over a mud puddle and let them walk on it in order to get fucked that night, which you don't. You just have to be honest, because women enjoy sex too. And they also enjoy you telling them what the fucking deal is. All right? So there you go. So you don't have anything to worry about. Just don't give her a card saying, "I love you." How many kids do you want? I want to meet your parents. Just don't do that shit. Feeling like you have to say that shit to them. All right? You know what? Look, the fact that you know that those guys are full of shit, I don't need to keep going on with this.